So welcome to the Maythorn Monthly, and we got to the end of September and we're at Marina D'Or, where we used to be quite a lot, and we used to have special programs from here. We've come back to see what's going on, and I couldn't find my camera just before I left. So we've only just found out what happened to it. I've been using Jess's camera because she came along as a sort of 21st birthday outing and wanted to see how it's all looking these days. And we just had a text from Bob, the handyman, who's working at my shared house, and he said, I've taken the wrong coat from the hall, and my camera and my microphones are in the coat I've left in the hall, and I've come away with somebody else's coat. I just couldn't believe it. Anyway, at least what the camera Jess has got is a Pocket 2, and it was my spare one, and she's had it for some time now, and it's the camera she took to Switzerland. So she's going to be doing some of the filming here, I think. But we're only here in Marina D'Or for one day. This is a very short break because you haven't taken any time off, have you? Effectively,
I took Tuesday off. Monday and Tuesday.
Right, so these are your off days normally, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so let's get on and see what we find out about the place. You've convinced me to have San Miguel, and so cheers to all of you watching, and stay tuned.
Under the sun, where the waves softly sigh, Marina D'Or, where dreams learn to fly. Hotels like castles, touching the blue, a kingdom of laughter, a paradise view. Oh, Marina D'Or, you're calling me back with your golden beaches, your sunlit track.
I think it's been about 18 months since I was last here, and my favourite part of the resort, the gardens, were shut then, and they're still shut now, still closed for maintenance. And we're disappointed that the rest of the gardens are in a mess, there's no fish, and the birds seem to more or less have all gone, except perhaps for one.
Long sandy stretches, the ocean's embrace, a world of beauty, a magical place. Palms whisper secrets, the moon starts to rise.
So the first hotel you come to as you walk off the beach is now called the Magic Games Hotel. It was the 3-star. Across the road from there, there's the Magic Fantasy Hotel. There's a theme here, notice, magic. There's a magic world, and here's an exception. This was the jewel in the crown of the Marina D'Or hotels. It was the 5-star. It's now called the Pontiana, and it looks like it's been downgraded to a 2-star. As you walk up the street from there, you pass all the little shops, mostly souvenir shops, a few bits of clothing. At the top of the street is the Magic Inn Hotel. And from here we cross over Avenida Barcelona. This is the main dual carriageway which splits the front line apartments from the second line apartments. These are the road trains, the tourist trains that go all around Marina D'Or. And what we've noticed as we've been wandering around is that all the hotels have changed their names. This was the Granddaughter. It's now called the Sports Hotel. And if we move on a little further, there's another train parked here. You'll notice some new bits and pieces up there, which I assume is some kind of water park again. They've already changed the adventure park for the kids down by the 5-star hotel into a kind of water park, and now they've done it to this. And this has all been done by a new group of hotels called the Whitchurch Group. They've bought the whole lot, the package of Marina D'Or hotels, for 70 million euros. They aim to take this area into one of the prime tourist locations in Europe. Well, we've been waiting for that for 20 years. it took kicking Marina D'Or, the original company, out to get it started. It looks like it's well underway. I should add that that's actually called the Magic Sports Hotel, and as we walk along the back road towards Mercadona, we'll see the Magic Land Park. Next door to that theme park, there's the karting track. I've filmed this on many an occasion. I won't be filming it today because it looks like this. Don't forget your toothbrush. Remember that? Well, Jess forgot her toothbrush, so we've gone into Mercadona, which is the next stop along the back road, and there are plenty of toothbrushes to choose from. Next stop, Costa Azahar 1, the building where we had our apartment, and oh no, there's a magic touch here as well. Walking away from the Costa Azahar blocks, and you can see a lot of portable railings that are all ready to go up for the sports event that's happening a couple of days from now.
Courts of sport, where the heart finds its beat. Every game played beneath the heat. Long sandy stretches, the ocean's embrace. A world of beauty, a magical place. Palms whisper secrets, the moon starts to rise. Flamenco and echoes, stars in the skies. Oh, Marina D'Or, you're calling me back.
But I may not be listening. We were going up the coast now, back towards Barcelona. We're staying in the Hotel 170 in Castelldefels, and I particularly like this open feature. It's the staircase between the floors, but there's no glass, and you can see straight out. We're set on a fairly main road, it's a bus route, but it's amongst all this woodland, and it was a 15-minute walk from the railway station through the woodland to get to the hotel. Keep going in the same direction, another 10 minutes, and you're at the beach. And we found our happiness right here, and Jess has found her latest supply of sex on the beach. Right, we're on a beach cafe in Castelldefels now. We're on our way back to Barcelona from our day in Marina D'Or. And I was quite disappointed, I have to say. Particularly with the accommodation we had. We used a local agent called ACV. They charged us for linen, which was just sheets, and for towels. They were extra, and we'd already prepaid the booking through booking.com, and so we had to pay for that. We were in Acapulco 4, which is a frontline apartment with 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So Jess is with us, so she got her own bathroom and bedroom. And we had good views from there, nice balcony views of the sea down the side of the building, and towards the back end there were views across the water park. Never been convinced that this actually does any business. I must admit, every time I've been to Marina D'Or, the place has been totally empty and not open, so really don't know what's going on there. The disappointing thing with the rental of the 2 nights in Acapulco 4 was when it was checked out. They'd taken €120 deposit from us, and they deducted €40 for taking out 2 bags of rubbish after we left. The story about the rubbish is they expect you to take out your own rubbish when you leave, and yet, and this is reading from their own terms and conditions, the local council rules say you can only put rubbish in the bins, or dumpsters as you might call them, between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. So we were leaving at 8 o'clock in the morning. We'd created this rubbish, we'd had breakfast, and legally apparently we couldn't actually put it in the dumpsters, so we had to leave it. But anyway, what kind of clean-up operation after a rental doesn't take the rubbish out? I have never heard of anything like it, and if you're going to charge €40 for taking out 2 bags of rubbish, which is done by cleaners only earning a few euros an hour, that is a real rip-off. I was really annoyed about that. But then I got a few negative vibes while we were in Marina D'Or, and the last one of those was when we went to Oropesa station to book the ticket back to Barcelona, and they wanted to see our passports. Bear in mind we've been travelling backwards and forwards between Oropesa and Barcelona now for well in excess of 20 years. We've never been asked for our passports before. What was all that about? And let's face it, if we went to the ticket machine and bought the tickets, ticket machine isn't going to want to see our passports. The whole experience was a bit negative, and I don't really like the way Marina D'Or is going anymore.
The joy never fades. Marina D'Or, where memories are
So Jess and I are having to share this microphone. It's actually the one that came with her camera because, well, I've told the story of how I managed to leave mine at home. I was just going to ask you, you've come to Spain with us for old time's sake, but it doesn't form part of your bucket list because you've been here before. So explain how your bucket list is working.
So my bucket list, by the time I'm 30, I want to be able to go to 10 new countries. I've already been to 2 this year, Switzerland and Italy, and next year I'm going to Bulgaria and Greece and hopefully New York if I have the money, so that will be 3 new countries.
Right, and are you going to Bulgaria with anyone particular by any chance?
Yeah, with you guys.
We have a house there, of course. So yeah, that's a good bucket list. I mean, you're going to achieve this before you're 30, surely?
Yeah, probably by the time I'm 25, to be honest.
Yeah, that's quite a bucket list.
Yeah.
Most people have bucket lists later on in life. What made you decide to have one now?
I don't know, it's just thought, like, I saw stuff on, like, Instagram and Facebook that, like, obviously tomorrow's not always promised, and I was like, I'm gonna do a bucket list and I want to be able to do a few stuff before I turn 30 and live my life.
Yeah, that's good. And I hope that when you've achieved those, you then
I'll look back on it,
and also get another list for the next 10 years. Yeah. So moving on, just one more thing I was going to mention was that you've come away from Marina D'Or with 3 new tattoos.
Yeah.
I know, because I was outside the shop waiting. It was only supposed to take an hour or so. I think it was nearly 3 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, he said no longer than 2 hours, but the one on my hip took a lot longer because it was all shaded.
Yeah, it is very good though.
Yeah, it is.
I won't ask you to show it now.
Yeah.
But I mean, we arrived there in the daylight and left there in the dark, so that was a pretty long session.
Yeah.
Painful as well, you said?
The hip was very painful, but the ones on my arms weren't too bad.
So you planning any more tattoos anytime soon?
Probably when I'm back in the UK, maybe next year when I have the money again.
Right, so there you are, a bucket list and a tattoo list. And this is Jess, who takes one of my cameras around and hopefully will bring us some of those countries.
Yes.
Tap the rhythm, feel the ground shake, dancing in twilight as hearts awake. The sea sings along, the breeze hums the tune. Marina D'Or, under the silver moon.
I took the tube to South Kensington, had a quick look around the area, and it's South Kensington where the 3 main museums are situated: the Natural History Museum, the Victoria and Albert, and the Science Museum. And it was the Science Museum that was the one that interested me. However, it was rather too busy and there were lots of queues, so I had to make other plans. I'm in Kensington Gardens with the Royal Albert Hall behind me. I thought I'd just pop down to London on one of those £16.67 train returns, pop into the museums, but in the summer it's definitely not a time to just pop into a museum. You have to book with a QR code, give you a whole life history and book yourself a slot. So that wasn't going to happen. So just coming out today to enjoy the sun. Sitting by one of the photo spots around here. The tourists, most of them not speaking English, come and take their photos in front of this rather large piece of gold. It's glistening in the sun today. I would imagine if I came here in the winter, which is the sort of thing I might do, wouldn't look anything like this. So a good day to be here. Quite a large area that I could explore from here, so I had a good look round Kensington Gardens, a long walk through Hyde Park, and enjoyed the walk along that huge stretch of water known as the Serpentine. The bridge there not only has road traffic, but the pedestrian pavement, the traditional cycle lanes we've got used to, but also a specified horse lane with a picture of a horse actually drawn on the road. In Hyde Park, you will find the Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Fountain. It contains 545 pieces of Cornish granite, apparently, and they've been shaped by the latest computer-controlled machinery and pieced together by hand. They use traditional skills for that. The design aims to reflect Diana's life, and the water flows from the highest point in two directions as it cascades and swirls and bubbles and then meets in a calm pool at the bottom, as you can see. As you continue to walk along the Serpentine, there are plenty of places to eat and drink, some high, some low, many by the water, which of course suits me. And provided the weather is good, which it was, it's a really nice day out. People running. That happened in the winter as well. We used to come down the south coast in the winter because we had an engagement to re-sign tenants for our flat in Portsmouth. But we're in Bognor Regis now, and when I came here in February a few years ago, there were more people on the beach than there are today. We're here in the summer and it seems remarkably quiet.
The seagulls scream like a restless band. Bognor's tide kisses the weary land. Oh,
We travelled along the south coast by bus, the 700 from Portsmouth, and you can actually take an express bus right along the coast. We've already been to Brighton. Today we were in Bognor, and it's only a short bus ride back to Chichester from there. From the cross at Chichester, you can walk in several directions. You can see them through the little archways, and we explored the streets of Chichester and stopped for lunch at a quaint cafe called the Buttery. So that's our short look at the south coast. We must now head back to London Euston to get our train back up north.
Catch that train, don't let it go. Tick, tick, tock, feel the rhythm flow. Houston hustle, feel the vibe. Yeah, catch that train. Stay alive. Ooh, yeah.
Right, this video is dedicated to Brian, who kindly lent us a gimbal in the first place. This is Grand Canyon train station. And there's the trains. There's no actual barrier to stop you from walking on the track, because you can just walk straight across. But I'm not going to.
Dust kicks up where the trail begins. A whisper of red rock under my skin. The sun dips low, a fiery grin. Echoes of ages in the canyon's din. The canyon calls, it calls me home. Through shadows deep and sandstone bones. A river's song, the winds that roam. The canyon calls, and I'm alone. A hawk carves silence in the azure sky. Its shadow fleeting, a ghost passing by. Cactus blooms where the thirsty die. I watch, I wonder why. The canyon calls, it calls.
Right, we just stopped off our first bus route from the shuttle bus, and it's Shrine of the Ages. It's quite.
Oh, here! The Shrine of the Ages! What a memorable occasion. There's a cemetery over there, and the American flags on the graves.
An ancient choir singing glory from the canyon's fire. The sun paints halos on every peak. In this temple, the spirit speaks. The walls hold prayers from long ago. Their whispers rise with every flow. Shrine of the ages, carved by grace, holy handshake, this sacred place. Mountains kneel, rivers pray. Shrine of the ages, show me the way. Show me the way.
This is a campsite near the Grand Canyon. Can't remember the name of it now, but it's free. And there was fresh bear poo next to the van, which I'm quite concerned about. Didn't see him. And there's beautiful black squirrels here. Won't be able to see them because they're probably hiding there, but we saw them playing this morning. I didn't have my camera on. They were lovely, really big bushy tails.
Shrine of the ages, show me the way. Shrine of the ages, carved by grace, holy handshake, this sacred place. Mountains kneel, rivers pray. Shrine of the ages, show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the
Buses roll where the hedgerows lean, through Cheshire fields so lush, so green. Windows wide, the breeze it sings to Warrington where the church bells ring. Rolling through the counties, feel the hum. Wheels keep turning, here they come. To Whitchurch lanes, to towns unseen, on buses blue, where life convenes. Shropshire skies, they paint the scene. Hills that fold like a patchwork dream. Driver hums a tune, low and sweet. Passengers tap time with restless feet. Every mile a story told, every stop a thread of gold.
I had a wander around Whitchurch town centre and had a coffee, and I sat there and listened to a really clever musician. He was a guitar teacher called Johnny Owens, and you can now hear him too. This piece of parkland alongside the River Mersey with a lake at one end was once a council tip. As you may guess, an old landfill site generates a lot of gas, and this has to be caught and dealt with. So as you wander around this park that they built, you'll see various pipes and bits and pieces that help them check the pressure and to siphon off the gas. As you enter the park, there's a map showing how it's all laid out, and it shows quite a big lake, but in reality we couldn't see much of the lake because it was quite overgrown, but I'm sure that's great for wildlife. Port Sunlight River Park is a 30-hectare green space. Now, hectares are something I cannot picture in my head. And those who tell you that something is the size of several football pitches, I can't picture that either, but I'll tell you 30 hectares is here for those of you who can visualise that. It's big and it's a stunning green space. It's good for wildlife, it's good for cycling and walking and picnicking, and it's particularly good for views of the River Mersey and across into Liverpool because one edge of the park goes alongside the river. If you need to get a few steps in, then there's 3 miles of pathways here. Why don't you try them all? Time to get my little mini drone to follow me down to the river so you can have a look over to the other side. The biggest building you can see over the water is the Anglican Cathedral, and if you don't know what some of the other buildings are, they have produced a sign which has got the map view of everything you can see, and it's all labelled, so you can spot the sights of Liverpool without even crossing the river. Moving on to the picnic area, it's also a good place to have a look out. Take your binoculars with you, perhaps, like this fella's done. Actually, he's always here. He's not very talkative either. Oh, I nearly forgot to mention there's a cafe here where my brother and I had coffee and cake. It's only open for part of the day, but it's well worth a visit and an ideal location to have a cuppa in. If you look up to your left, you can see the Tranmere oil terminal in the distance, and if you want to get here by bus, the Liverpool to Chester services, the number 1 and the X1, they stop at the end of the road. You just have to walk down the road to get here, or a little further away is Port Sunlight Station. Port Sunlight itself is absolutely full of these beautiful black and white buildings. Even the station building is interesting to look at. There's a cafe right opposite and one slightly to the right, and the one slightly to the right is run by people that I knew from Hamilton Square, where they used to run the Nettle Cafe there. They've taken over this bank building and moved their entire menu down here. Across the road from the Nettle Cafe is the Gladstone Theatre, but we haven't come here today to see a play or see somebody sing or anything like that. Right behind this theatre there's a huge courtyard, and it's a Sunday and it's a farmer's market. And in case you hadn't heard, we tend to go to farmer's markets every weekend now. We find them all over the Wirral. As you walk into the courtyard, you'll see a few of the vans belonging to businesses that come here, so it's not just farmers. There's a wide variety of international cuisine here and a few other stalls as well. The main thing we come for is Old Oak Farm. We buy our vegetables from them every week, and we have to follow them round from one farmer's market to another. After a long hot summer, the British rain is never far away these days, so you need an indoor area to go and retreat, and there is one at this market.
Well, I've convinced. Well, I've convinced. Well, I've convinced.
There's live music here, which may not be to everyone's taste.
Take the train, take the car, take the number 47 down the line to a seaside haven where the sun spills gold on Marine Parade and the waves hum tunes the fairground.
This is the Botanic Gardens at Churchtown near Southport, and just one of the gardens that I've been visiting over the summer. This one though is 150 years old, and it's nearly that long since I was last here, because I was a little lad. My parents brought me here, and there's a cafe over there which I remember quite clearly. I always used to long to go in the cafes, so nothing's changed. Well, actually the mural's changed. That definitely wasn't here when I was a lad, but it's very good. Impressed. That's my hill climbing done for today. I have no idea what this is, but here we are giving you our summer of tours around parks and gardens and zoos and anything else we find that seems to be of interest.
Botanic Gardens whisper green, a secret world serene. its melody.
As you know, I like anywhere where there's water, so it's great to be able to walk around here and across these old bridges, and also good that the birds are friendly.
Oh, Southport calls, the day is white, with beaches stretched and the tide on the glide. Boats on the lake, gardens in bloom, sunny Southport, shake off the gloom. Botanic Gardens whisper green, a secret world serene. Unseen time runs slower, the heart beats free. Southport sings its melody.
When I was a boy growing up, my dad bought me a train set, but until I was at least a teenager, he wouldn't let me play with it because I was too young. In fact, he really bought it for himself. But anyway, I grew up believing that only men were interested in trains, and in recent years I found that's just not true. And you'll know that I went to Darlington to look at the Stockton and Darlington story recently. I travelled back on a train into Manchester, sitting next to a woman who'd also been looking at trains, and she was on the mailing list for the Stockton and Darlington Railway, so I took the hint from her and joined that too. She also told me that when she was young, she was the one with the train set. Her brother wasn't the slightest bit interested, and she was out today looking at trains while her husband was back on their houseboat with not the slightest interest in it. So there we are. We can't be sexist about this. In fact, as you know, I get all the music generated by AI called Suno, and I've decided that I should give them that news, that it's not just men who are interested in trains, women like them too.
Tiny trees in perfect rows, a little world where no one knows. The mayor's a gnome with a painted nose. Steam puffs rise, the engine hums. They cheer like kids when the freight train comes. Their pockets full of tracks and crumbs. Choo-choo, we do too. Who says trains are just for you? Blows. Women like to play trains too. You know, they've got a station, a tiny park, a model sun that sets by dark. But who says men should own the spark? We paint cabooses, lay the rails, we fix the bridges when they fail. Our towns have castles and pink details. Choo-choo, we do too. Who says trains are just for you? Switch the tracks, make room, it's true. Women like to play trains too. Choo-choo, we do too. Who says trains are just for you? Round the bend, the whistle blows. Women like to play trains too. You know.
I'm with Jess by Marine Lake in Southport, and we are but silhouettes against the sun, which is shining on the lake behind us. And we've been out to a place that I haven't been to for years, a football stadium.
Yeah, Haigh Avenue.
Yeah, so Southport were playing Bedford, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how many people would you expect to turn up to that?
Maybe less than 100 away fans, and then maybe just over 5,000 Southport fans.
So you've just come back from Switzerland, you had a great time there, and you saw more football probably than you've ever seen for years.
Yeah.
Well, it was great, was it?
Yeah, really good, yeah.
So you've become a bit of a traveller because you've been living in Australia for what, 6 years?
Yeah.
And you travel around a lot in Australia because everywhere's so far apart.
Yeah.
But now you want to travel everywhere else. So where do you think you'd like to go to next?
Ibiza.
Ibiza?
Greece, yeah.
Oh, right. Well, that's for young people, so I won't be going there.
You're calling me back with your golden